Hey yo, what's going on? What's going on, fellas? It's a fucking Monday, bitches! What's going on? It's the Wild Rabbit, damn fucking right. I'm wild as hell. I'll fucking be wildin', you know? How's it going? How's it going, Bite? What's up? I hope you had a good Monday, and we're gonna have a fabulous... I wouldn't say fabulous, actually, because that makes me sound kinda... yeah, you know, don't be... and you know what? You know what I gotta say about that? You guys are fucking cringe. Yeah, I finally figured out how to do the fucking soundboard, because I thought I had to, like, get a separate software for me to even use it. But apparently, fucking Stream Deck had a built-in soundboard for the inputs for it. So I didn't even need to, like, download a separate software for me to even use a soundboard. The fucking... Stream Deck already has, like, their own, built into their own software with this shit. So that's pretty neat. So you have a new sound bites, yeah. And here, I'll show you. I got the Among Us sound. Then the Vine Boom. And then... And I feel like you're gonna recognize this if you hear it. And then, we got this one.
A few moments later.
And we got...
Lizard. 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 Lizard.
Alright, I'm gonna stop doing that. And, finally I got this.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh. Gotta love that shit, you know? Love the Hollow Cat. Yeah, and to be honest though, the fact that the cat meowed and someone edited that over just for him to go like, huh? It fits so perfect with it. I'm not sure, but I felt like God intended to have that as a thing. You know? And speaking of which, we're gonna do the Bible verse of the day. Fuck off! Alright. We are gonna wow, what am I talking about? Read. I'm gonna say read. Not ride. We're not riding anything, okay? Don't be... Alright, now, here's a Bible verse. 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. My grace is all you need, for my power is the greatest when you are weak. There's a Bible verse of the day. 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. Now we got that out of the way. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lost track of time of when I was about to do the whole streaming session. Because I was making myself some coffee, because I'm like, since I don't have any more Dr. Pepper right now, and I basically had to rely on alternative ways to get my caffeine fix. So I went ahead, made myself a coffee, and once I got my coffee made and everything, I came back into the Dr. Pepper. Wow, when I went back to the office / bedroom, literally, we had. I mean, not we had. I checked the time. It was already 6:30, so I was just kind of like, oh shit. So I quickly just opened up the fucking OBS software and just got everything all set up as quick as possible, and then just hit live. Probably about 2 minutes late at best. No Dr. Pepper? Yeah, sadly no Dr. Pepper. Honestly, I even checked because I forgot I left the pack of Dr. Pepper box in here, so I forgot to throw that away. And I even dug my hand in there real quick just to see if there was still any left, but no, yeah. I just forgot to throw it out. So I got some coffee, just to, you know, quench my caffeine addiction. Caffeine's a drug. Drugs are bad and you should feel bad.
Huh?
Alright? Imagine if someone fucking says that shit with fucking caffeine of any sorts. That we could just be like, just saying, drugs are bad, and so is caffeine. Caffeine is a drug. And you should feel bad. And it's like, bitch, what the fuck? What the fuck are you on about? I'm eating Oreos. Got some Oreos right here. If Vid ever shows up here, I swear to God, he's gonna be very, very, very in this stream. Just knowing him, he would. Knowing him, he would. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. Alright. But yeah. Wah. But yeah, I pretty much figured it took me a little bit to I think I figured it out how to do it like Saturday or something like that. It's been honestly it has been like a few days since I messed around with the soundboard shit, but I did figure it out though, finally. After like a couple days after I did my stream week session. Now I'm going back at it again this week. And for once, we are gonna fucking since my schedule changed a little bit. Not gonna be streaming Tuesday, unfortunately. But we will be streaming Wednesday and Thursday. So we will have a Wellness Wednesday and we'll have a Thunder Thursday. Hooray! Oh, fuck, I should have added a yippee sound effect on here, damn it. But you know what?
Huh?
Who cares? I don't know why I pressed that. But shit, yeah, though. I can't even fucking speak. I don't know why I even said that. Oh, you left? What the fuck, bro? I've been yapping about myself. I was basically talking to a brick wall at this point. That's pretty of you to do that, man. I'm kidding. Send up Zoom. Bro, don't be about it, okay? Listen. We all know you're a little okay? You need to calm down with your ness. I don't know where I'm going with this. I need to do that to Bite, or not Bite, sorry, Vid. I meant to say Vid. Sorry, Bite. You're like the only person I see right now. Just how is setting up Zoom gay? Well, that's a good question. You know, Zoom is pretty. Like, who the fuck uses Zoom? Honestly, unless you do some things. All right, I'm gonna abuse the shit out of this soundboard. I'm not gonna lie. And by abusing shit, doesn't mean I'm abusing shit, you know? Oh, so she's like helping students out or some shit like that? You hear that? That's coffee. That's some good coffee shit. She's taking a course. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Wow. But yeah, I was pretty much just what was I talking about actually? Now I forgot. Oh yeah, I was saying we will have Wednesday and Thursday stream, but we won't have Tuesday since I work on Tuesday, unfortunately. We will do Wellness Wednesday and Thunder Thursday. So yeah, maybe I'll actually finally be able to fucking play fucking Amnesia. I've been wanting to do that for a fucking while. Haven't been able to finish it. I've only played it like once, and that was it. Or should we play like a different game? Honestly, I don't know. So I'm still debating if I should just play Amnesia, because I played that game so many times. I played Amnesia: The Dark Descent so many fucking times, I don't even know if I even want to continue playing that. I could just skip over and play a Machine for Pigs or some shit. Or Soma. I could probably play Soma, if anything, really. Because I find it, I don't know why, but I'm finding it intrigued to play Soma than than the first game that they made of that became popular for them. That would be fun. And I did say I got Oreos too, so. And they're double stuffed too.
Huh?
Man. You know, so many things have happened lately. Like people, like some people were, like, offing someone and like, fucking monopolists or some shit like that. Honestly, I don't know much about that. All I just know, it's like a horrible thing that groups of people just decided to, you know, that whole thing. So I'm like, I don't know the whole context of as to why, but I'm also kind of like, why are we killing people over like certain things? Like, we shouldn't be doing that. But you know what? I don't know what to say about it, so that's why I have no thoughts about it, other than just saying, like, that's messed up, and we shouldn't really be doing that. Honestly. What a crazy time to be alive! Sometimes I feel like I've been born in the wrong timeline. The wrong year. Sometimes. At least. It was something that happened in the heat of the moment, yeah. That sounds about right. That's usually the case for most things. Did you see the new Mario trailer? Yeah, I was watching that. I mean, I've seen the reveal trailer as well, so it's actually pretty interesting to watch. I didn't fully watch it, obviously, but we will do that. I don't know why that happened. I have to press shift. Shift is my bitch. Hold up. Let me open up another web browser. Let me do YouTube real quick. Let me see. Let me get Windows Capture to work properly. There we go. And I think it was like, what, Super... Yeah, Mario Galaxy trailer. Hold up. I gotta stop this music real quick. That's interesting. They're in the desert. Wait a minute, that looks familiar.
Oh, you're
This-
here.
This looks like from, what was it? Fucking Super Mario Odyssey or some shit like that. Because I played Super Mario Odyssey when it first came out, and I remember seeing this layout. So basically, this is also gonna this area is gonna also be taking place in the movie too. That's wild. I never knew they were gonna do that. That's pretty crazy.
Now, where's the troubled pipe?
A troubled pipe? Mexican. It burnt their cloth.
Come on, you're not the scared guy anymore.
Yes, I am! People don't change!
People can't change. What the fuck?
There's the problem. Hey. It's all right.
It sounds like Yoshi. Yep. I knew it. D-
Who is this?
Come on.
So some dinosaur just shows up and he's now part of the group. Cool.
Oh, what the fuck? So they're now babies? Damn, so that's kind of, that's gonna be interesting. They're gonna basically do so many references from other parts of games into this single, like, movie sequel. Not only they're gonna bring her in here, but now they're gonna, like, bring other stuff, even, like, recent stuff in recent video games. That's fucking amazing. Honestly, I've seen the first Mario movie, and I'm actually was quite intrigued. And I've seen the live action one too, when like it was like came out like what in the 1970s or 80s or some shit like that. That flopped, and it did look pretty shitty. Like I mean, obviously, what could they actually do back in the day? Like sure, they probably could have done like a stop motion thing or something like that, but I don't think they would have not done that even if they really wanted to. But yeah, honestly though, this is probably like a step in the right direction to. Oh yeah, and I've seen fucking leaks. Now we're talking about Nintendo. I've seen fucking leaks of behind the scenes of like fucking Zelda, like a live action Legend of Zelda movie, like being in the works. And I've seen it. It seems pretty legit. It looks so legit because they actually confirmed like the actress of who's gonna play as Zelda. That I'm actually kind of really excited about because I'm more of a Zelda fan than a Mario fan, but I still love Mario, regardless. and obviously, like I'm not much of a Nintendo freak like most people are out there. No offense to those who are Nintendo freaks, but I'm just not as big of a fan as they are. But I still enjoy Nintendo's content. They're just their whole fucking legal shit is just so fucking bullshit that they just need to get their shit straight and actually figured out. Be more open to their fucking audience for once. They need to fucking do that shit. But obviously, no, it's all ours. You can't do that. You can't even use mods on our system, or else we'll fucking ban your ass off of the system. Like, bitch, you make people pay money for that shit, and you're gonna like fucking just break their system. Like, bitch, that sounds like a lawsuit waiting to be happening. At that point, honestly, I'm surprised no one has even sued them for that shit. Doesn't even matter what the fucking terms of agreements are. They should be rightfully sued and lose a shit ton of money for it. I don't give a damn. That's just me, though. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I'm not surprised. April 1st? Really? On April Fool's Day? Bruh. Literally on April 1st, that's when the movie's coming out. Ain't no way. Ain't no motherfucking way. I'm actually quite surprised that, it's even coming out at that time. Especially on the 1st of April now, like, come on, like, why would you pick a date like that? Look at the new Masters of the Universe trailer. What's the Masters of the Universe? Hold up. I legit fucking closed the fucking window, and then you were telling me, like, look up for another one. Wait, hold up. I gotta do it again now because you did this shit to me. We're gonna, like, okay. Man, don't be about it. Was it Masters of the Universe? Holy shit! What the fuck? Let me stop this music shit.
All that stuff.
Let me pause it. Let me read what you said. The only bad thing is Jared Leto as Skeletor, but I hope he does well in this. I want to see the movie. That's interesting. I mean, if Jared Leto can play like a really good part on. It depends on what the role he plays in. I don't know if he can play like the actual like do like the classical sound or the voice of Skeletor. Then maybe he could probably be good. But I feel like they're gonna be more lean towards like less cartoony of the character of his voice and everything, rather than like yeah, remember kind of thing. The costume goes hard though. I mean practical effects, man. You can do a lot when it comes to Hollywood practical effects. That's for damn sure.
All that stuff
that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real. Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's...
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
I know it sounds crazy, but that sword is gonna show me the way home.
Sir, you can't do that.
Don't worry. Sword's mine.
Hang on, it's about to get weird.
What am I supposed to do? Take the sword. You protect them.
I have the power! Yep. Man, that's great. You know what? That's actually pretty badass. Just from seeing that brief moment of the effects and everything. That's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually impressed. I actually am wanting to watch this. Sure, some of the parts, typical Hollywood style, They're gonna make it fucking cheesy and fucking cringy. They're trying to make it like, you know, you can relate to this. This is pretty funny. But no, like, dude, stop being fucking cringy and stop being like so held back on the fucking shit. Looks like Marvel. Honestly, I can see that a little bit. Probably because they borrowed some effects and whatnot from, you know, Disney themselves and whatnot, I feel like. But hopefully more likable. I feel like the people who are running the whole Hollywood business movie shit, I feel like that they're trying to be relatable to like the current, you know, generation, which is us, obviously, as adults. But I feel like that they're trying too hard and not really like trying to make it seem like, ha, this is funny. Oh yeah, you can relate to this or whatever. Like they try to do that like for many movies. They've tried to do that for years now, and they just have not been able to do that since. But I do hope that younger, like us as people who are getting into the movie industry, and they actually are trying to make it, to make it look great, feel great, not like this typical like generation like X or fucking millennial, or not really millennial, but people who are older are running the business and shit like that, are trying to like make it, trying to make it, connect with us as younger gens. But I hope, I mean, literally it is just old people running the business. I mean, and obviously we, it's not a lie, it's true. Almost everyone who is working there are probably still older people that work there. How do you, fellow kids? Jeez. Like literally, like the people who do run the Hollywood movie industry are out of touch, and they are. And there's nothing wrong with being out of touch. It's, literally, when you say that, now I'm thinking of like that one moment of the clip that I was seeing of like fucking Moist Critical saying about the whole like, oh, it's those damn Jews again, or some shit like that, and he goes like, it's like, oh, my kiss, well, my cat pissed on the floor outside of his fucking litter box. It's those damn Jews again. I honestly is pretty funny though. Literally, people legit. Okay, legit. I like it was like a year or two ago. I seen this clip of somehow the 9/11 event somehow connects with like the Jews or some shit, like causing that whole effect. And I'm just like, dude, you're throwing evidence that's not even there. Like you're just pointing, like he legit tried to like show evidence and whatnot about this shit on YouTube. On YouTube, mind you. He legit just fucking starts throwing all these things that thinks that are evidence and whatnot, and saying like, oh, it's these Jews that started the whole 9/11 thing. I'm like, the fuck are you on about? Are you fucking high on crack? Just for you to say that? Like, dude, what did the Jews have anything to do with the whole 9/11 event? And it wasn't even a joke either. Like, this dude was fucking serious. Like, he legit was trying to be like this fucking whole FBI, like, fucking Asian detective dude or whatever. Just fucking trying to, like, throw this out here and make it think like it's completely facts. And honestly, I feel like that's horseshit. Schizophrenia, you're right. I don't even understand that shit sometimes, though. And honestly, people will blame anything at the Jews. And literally, it basically when people blame almost anything about like Jewish people, they basically They're basically doing a hate crime in a way. Believe it or not, it's a fucking hate crime for hating a certain group of races. Am I wrong? Their jealousy stems from how successful they are. But like literally, I'm not gonna lie, I was scrolling through fucking YouTube. Not YouTube, sorry, fucking Twitter. And literally there was like a fucking poorly animated clip that shows like, the typical Jewish attire and everything. But it's like metaphorically like saying like, oh, they taken over the world kind of thing or whatever, and they say like they were stabbing like this needle or whatever, injecting them to every country. And they try to do it to fucking Germany or whatever, and then Germany like pushes them off, and like they're like the Nazi Germany obviously. And he basically like shouts out help and whatnot, and the American comes in, and then they like injected America and Germany with whatever it is, and then they like start do evil laughing like haha. I'm like, and I replied to that tweet, and I basically said, dude, this is like a fucking hate crime. Like, what the fuck is this? Like what makes people think that this is actually true? And someone replied to what I said, and they said, actually, this is true. I'm like, how is this true? Can you give me evidence that this is anywhere true? They can't, because they're just fucking just throwing shit out there and thinking like, just because certain people who are Jewish, are making money and whatnot or whatever, it doesn't mean that all the Jews and whatnot are, somehow controlling the world. I don't think that's the case. There are other people that are not Jewish that are, running the world. So, I don't know what you want me to tell you. It ain't the Jews. It ain't them. It's technically Satan that's trying to, run this world of ours. And he's failing miserably because we all know in the end we win. By God's grace and, holiness. Like, I'm not even joking, like literally, like, people don't think about this shit. They just think, oh, it's these people. It's these people in this fucking race group. They're the ones who was responsible for everything. Like, yeah, it's totally them. Let's not think about, like, anything, like, realistic-wise or whatever. Like, shit. It's funny that people are leaving TikTok for a Palestinian-controlled alternative because a new American owner of America Division is a famous Jewish tech billionaire. Bruh, like, if they want to support fucking Palestine that fucking badly, then they can go into the Middle East. And you know what? Like I said, if they want free Palestine that fucking badly, they can go to any Middle Eastern countries, and we'll see how they last. Just like, I'm serious. Like, those people who do support Palestine, if they really like the country that fucking badly, and they want them to be free, which really they are free. Like, hello. I mean, for God's sakes, like, Trump is literally taking over that fucking area right now. So he legit did free the people. He did what people literally protested about, technically. So I don't know why fucking people are still saying, oh, free Palestine, free Palestine. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. It's done. It's over with. Like, the real citizens that lived there are actually free now, realistically speaking. But no, I guess that's still irrelevant. They still want to say that shit. If them did it, they would cheer. Yeah, literally. Same as Venezuela. Yes, exactly. Same as Venezuela. It's the same thing for Venezuela, but no one's chanting saying, oh, free Venezuela or something like that. Because no one's talking about that shit. Because no one is really doing it. But people are cheering, though, that Venezuela is officially free from a dictator. The people are free, but since Trump did it, they are mad. Yeah, literally, like, it's fucking hypocritical. And the fact that people get so mad by the littlest things of what Trump is doing. For the people, not only just in our country, the United States of America, but they're literally getting upset at the fact that people are being freed outside of the country. Like, they're helping other people in other countries. But people just like think, he's just trying to fucking colonize and rule as an empire or whatever. I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, you obviously don't understand what he's trying to do. And you're just being too fucking blind and idiot. Being too much of a moron to even, see through that, apparently. Trump can literally cure cancer, and the Dems will still complain. You're not wrong! You're not fucking wrong on that, honestly. It's pretty funny. The fact that, people like that will still complain about anything of what he does. You can't please everybody, and I can understand that shit. You can't please everyone. But at the same time, it's like, you guys just need to just shut the fuck up. Okay? Just shut the fuck up. Okay? Listen, I know you're upset. And I know you guys are a little... But we need to make a compromise to see what's a good thing. Okay? Like, people, calm the fuck down. Stop waving your fucking, rainbow flag or whatever and trying to shove it in our faces. Like, no one gives a shit if you're gay or not. Or trans or whatever the fuck you want to claim yourself as. Like, no one gives a shit. That's your own personal problem. If you are gay or trans or whatever, like, like seriously though, like, I don't see them speaking up against Iran. Yeah, literally, they no, they're not fucking saying anything. Fake activism, exactly. Those who fucking wave those fucking flags out in the streets and do a little fucking once a month parade shit or whatever. I'm bi, but I don't like making it's everyone's business. Exactly, and to be honest, that's why I respect people like you. Because you if you mention it, like, sure, hey, it's whatever. But then if you, like, keep consistently doing it, and you shove it in my face, and that's when I'm going to have a problem with it. But when people like you just mention it, like, once, and that is it. Like, you don't even fucking, shove it in my face, and I don't have a problem with it, because, like, literally, I don't give a shit. Like, really, like, I don't give a shit if you are bi, or if you're straight, or you're gay completely, Or if you want to identify yourself as a woman and be trans, that's a you thing. And honestly, like, that's not really a problem. Honestly, like, I've encountered people who were trans that I was friends with before. And I didn't even give a shit. But once I mentioned, like, oh, it's weird, the fact that, you're trying to shove this in my face and make it seem like it should be an important thing, but it really shouldn't be. But then they made a problem about it for me saying that sort of stuff. And then I'm, like, no longer friends with them. And I was like, okay, then you're pretty much are the reason why that society is going to shit right now. Is because people like that. They rather be butthurt about what I have to say that shouldn't really matter and not think of it unrealistically instead of being realistic about it. Which is insane to me. Everything the Dems love me being me being Latino, I count as a minority for them, and being bi is a plus. But since I'm right wing, they will hate me. Yeah, it doesn't even matter who you are, where you came from, and what you are. But once you support the right wing fucking political spectrum, that's when they go like, oh no, you're done. Like, literally, they fucking literally go like, oh no, you're a fucking, like, a Republican? You're done, bitch. You're done. Hey, what's up? What's up, Bone? What's up, Bone? Hey, look at this ass motherfucker over here fucking saying what's up. What's up, dude? I'm eating some Oreos right now. Oh, dude, you alright, dude? Better make sure you're, you know... I hope you're not sick. Yeah, get better. If you are sick, though, try to make sure you know, take some medicine and whatnot to make yourself feel better and whatnot. I say whatnot twice. I don't know why I said that. Ambulances can't get out here in the country, so I'm waiting it out. Bro, what do you mean? Like, they can't go that far in your area? Ambulances are there for a reason. Like, the fuck? What, what are they fucking... Are they punishing you for not being able to pay your taxes quick enough or some shit? Oh, that makes more sense. Damn. That actually makes more sense now. All right. I would say I can relate, but I can't. Because I don't have snow right now. They called me and they do not associate with... My God. I do not associate with... Not gonna say it on stream, obviously, but... Yeah, we were literally talking about this. Like, we were literally talking about the fact that if he, you know, since he's, like, you know, Hispanic and, you know, Latino and whatnot, but since, you know, he supports Republican shit, like Republican values and whatnot. Fun fact, they probably would fucking hate him if they mention all those things first and then he supports Republican shit. They probably would just turn the other way and be like, oh, you're one of those motherfuckers. You know what? You're done. You're done. Bitch. Go die or some shit. Like literally, like people... I feel like that they would. Like, I feel like that they would actually just get all snarly and whatever and be like, oh, you're one of those racists. You're a racist. Or some shit like that. You're a bigot. We're gonna cancel you. They probably will call me one of those LGBT without the T. Honestly, it's a possibility. Do the Joker voice again, saying, You're one of the racists. I'm the Joker, baby. You're one of the racists. You see, Batman is oh my God. You see the Batman? He is one of the Republicans. Bigots, really. And he is also a racist. Look at the costume that he's wearing. It's all black. Where do you think he got that color black from? I think that he himself is trying to portray as a black man. And I think Batman should be cancelled. We should all riot on the streets and say Batman is a racist. Why is he not getting cancelled? I don't know why I'm going with that. Like, just as soon as you put that quote in, I felt like I was just going way into it. Hold up. Let me look at it. You keep fucking putting queer, and then you just fucking like, nope, nope, nope. That's pretty funny. It is stupid, but you know, it's beneficial for me for the most part. You know, Batman. You know, they say that you're a fucking bigot. Look at your costume, bro. Look at your fucking costume. Why are you not queer enough, Batman? Where's your gay pride outfit that I made for you? Shut up, Walker! Batman! Where's your fucking... I'm getting way into that. I'm getting way too much into it, honestly. The Woker. I love how it's just called the Woker. Will you see the Millennium movie? What's that? What's the Millennium movie? I'm afraid if I play it, it might be, you know, bad. Trump wife movie. Oh. I knew she was making a movie or some shit like that, but I think I've seen, like, ads of it. Just randomly on YouTube. Lots of people are boycotting because of association. And it's on the 30. On the 30? What does that even mean? Hold up.
Show me.
Show me? What are we, 5?
I am 5, yes.
Oh my god. My lord. Send this meme to him and say nothing. My fucking god, that's fucked. You know, Bone, that was pretty of you. You're gonna get memed on, bitch. Be prepared to bend over, shove something in your ass, and get your fucking
Lizard.
in your ass.
Lizard. 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 Lizard.
So Bone is a bottom?
Huh?
Bro,
Huh?
the fuck? I don't know, he might be, for all I know.
Your dick's small.
Bitch, the fuck? Excuse me. I think your dick's small. You have the smallest dick. You can't even fucking shit out of your dick. You can't even fucking feel anything with your dick. You're a cripple. You're brainless. Okay. Alright, I went a little bit too far. Maybe. I don't know. I had to come up with something, honestly. Because if not, then you know.
Huh?
I had to do it. I had to do it. I just got called the hard E. What the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean? The hard E. Fuck, I should have fucking implemented the fucking EA Sports E sound on here. The E. Yeah, what is E? I got like 4 pieces of Oreos left. Probably not gonna finish them. I'll probably give it to my girl when she gets home. She probably will here soon. Yeah. I got Oreos, and these are, they're double stuffed. Yeah, they're pretty stuffed.
Huh?
If you don't like it when it's stuffed, then ain't nothing wrong with the stuff. Gotta love it when it's double stuffed. You know, I mean, hey, if you like it doubled and stuffed, you know, ain't nothing wrong with being stuffed.
Huh?
He called me a cripple.
A few moments later.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lizard, 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 lizard.
Fake news, yeah, it's fake news, everyone. I didn't call him a cripple. He's just bluffing. I'm innocent. Fake news. Fake news. Democratic hoax. Wrong. Very wrong. I feel like I'm gonna fucking break one of these buttons one day just from using this consistently. What the fuck? Fucking. Bruh! Where's the button of the what the hell? Oh my god! I wish I had that on here. That's my favorite type. I'm kidding. Oh my god. Bro, hold, what?
Huh?
We got an imposter among us, boys. Oh my god. We're eight likes to suck monkey bananas. No, I don't. You like to suck monkey bananas. You like it up the ass. I can't agree nor disagree. Rabbit hub.
Huh?
My god. Honestly, I don't even know what I got myself into today. Random fucking stream Intro. Bro. Bro, like... Carrot Hub, bruh. I'm surprised Vid is not here. You know what? I'm actually quite surprised too, because I'm pretty sure the fact that if he was here, he probably would fucking be surprised if I just did this shit on him. Like, bro. Oh my lord, though. What an interesting day! What an interesting day to start Mellow Monday. Even though we're not really mellowing out or anything like that, we're just basically y'all are just being right now.
We gotta literally like
you know, this is how you only attract gay people in your stream. Let that sink in, bitch.
Huh?
Why would you literally think that? I mean, first of all, I'm not gay, okay? Let's just throw that out there. I'm straight as a motherfucking stripper pole. The only reason why is because people are just fucking gay on the internet. Source? What the fuck do you mean, source? If Paul that guy's dance on. No, women dance on it. You fucking wad. Quit being so about it.
Lizard, 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 lizard.
Exactly. She grinds on that shit. She grinds on my dick! Alright. Oh, la 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 la. Too bad it's not tracking my tongue, because if I had a fucking iPhone and whatnot to track my face a lot better and whatnot, and if I upgraded or improved my model currently, I probably would have had the option to like have it track my tongue. I was staring creepily at my wife when you started saying lizard, lizard, lizard. We both started laughing. Like just
lizard, 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 lizard.
Yeah, he has a wife. He mentioned it a few times already on the stream. I'm surprised he didn't even notice. He is legally married. I'm married with my wife, but only in God's eyes as of right now. Not, you know, government-wise. In the eyes of God, me and my girl are married. And like literally, even my boss says about my girl saying that she's my wife. He says like, give this to your wife or whatever. Whenever he like gave me like a free like teddy bear that we were doing like passing around in like fucking the restaurant at that one point. Buy me a wedding if you do. Eventually, as time goes on, when we do, I'll make sure to. Just a matter of time, really. It's just a matter of time. Whenever that happens, and hopefully I'm financially stable before I can do that. Which I'm currently not, as you can see. With the struggles of my life and whatnot, and me risking it all to buy a model. To see if the investment is worth it. Slowly but surely it seems like that, but you know. Progress. And as a wise man once said, you gotta spend money to make money. I'm not sure how true that is, but you know, it can be the case. But sometimes, in order to make money, you gotta fucking work your ass off too, which I feel like half the time some people don't even work their asses off and they somehow make a lot of money out of it. They barely even do shit. I mean, fuck. I mean, like, literally, like, back in, like, the early, like, internet days when YouTube just started to become a thing. Fucking PewDiePie, Cinnamon Toast Kent, Jacksepticeye. They got people, like, watching their shit off the Who's A, and they made a fuck ton of money. Almost immediately. Even Markiplier, too. Like, the fact that they, like, even Markiplier and all these other YouTubers were able to fucking, you know, be able to, like, just get amount of audiences and make money, like, almost instantaneously. It probably didn't happen overnight, obviously. I'm pretty sure it took, like, some time for them to have some audience, but they at least, like, got it almost, like, quick. Compared to, you know, what like, you know, what I have, like, from my experience. Like, obviously, like, I've had YouTube channels before. I've had, like, a decent amount of, like, followers and view count, but they weren't as, you know, out there as, you know, like these other big YouTubers and whatnot. And the only reason why I'm technically relevant when it comes to view count on YouTube Shorts is because it's only YouTube Shorts. If it was like, you know, normal YouTube videos or whatever, which I still want to do YouTube video off content shit, but I just haven't really had the time to just, like, you know, sit down, edit a video. And to be honest, though, I really don't have the motivation to edit a video, like, on my own. The most collabs that me and H-Bunny have together is mostly just from my channel. Yeah, because, like I said, I still want to edit the video that me and you played for Left 4 Dead 2, but I just haven't really found the motivation to just dive into it and edit the video. Because, like, you know, I want to, like, add more, like, you know, detail to it. Because, I mean, you obviously, Bone, you've seen my editing style from my previous videos on the channel, obviously, that I've done with it. So, if you've seen them, that is, at least. Because you've seen how I've done the editing style. It took me at least, like, 2 to 3 days just to edit them and have it upload to YouTube and whatnot. It basically took me just at least a few days, but since right now, I have work, I have streaming, I have a game that I'm working on, and having to squeeze in that extra time just to, like, edit a single video in a few days feels very, very straining to me, I would probably say. And I can't really, like, you know, say, you know, oh, I'm just being lazy. It's obviously not the case. If I really was lazy, I wouldn't be making a game. I wouldn't be, working. I wouldn't be streaming. And the only reason why I'm able to get YouTube Shorts out so fast after streaming every so often is because I have a fucking website that I'm paying a subscription to that has an AI system that automatically checks out clips for me to see what could actually, you know, benefit me to have, like, a good moment from one of those streams I have had done and have them into a short form video and just upload it on, you know, YouTube Shorts. That's the only reason why I was able to do that for YouTube Shorts itself. But if I was editing them by hand, it may took a while for me to, you know, do all that. If I didn't get those out as quickly as possible without the use of, you know, let's say AI, for example. And I'm not sure if it technically is AI, because it's literally just doing the whole, like, figuring out what's, like, a best, like, you know, viral moment and whatnot that could be a viral moment or whatever. But even then, it's like, you know, hey, it can be beneficial as a tool. Like that, for example, when it comes to, if I don't have the time to, you know, edit these short clips myself, I basically just, you know, get, you know, a fucking, you know, website that does it for me. And I don't have to really do much to it other than just edit a few little simple details that probably no one ever notices. But I know I've missed out a couple moments, but yeah. got me to do YouTube in the first place. I was looking back at my old videos. I can't believe how raspy my voice was compared to now. I was in the middle of my get drunk and play Ocarina of Time gameplay, but I got sick. I know, right? Tragic. Very tragic that you get sick out of the blue. Yeah, and the only reason why I did YouTube in the first place, when I did, like, gaming commentary and whatnot in the first place, is because of the whole, because, you know, like, I was so inspired, like, PewDiePie, Markiplier, and Jacksepticeye, and all these other, like, big YouTubers at the time. They were doing, you know, all this shit, so I was, like, thinking, like, if they can do it, why can't I, you know? And as time goes on, and as time went on, when I stopped doing it for a while, because I was even thinking, like, oh, maybe I'll come back eventually and do more of that in the future, and just come back to my normal channel. But then I was like, thinking to myself, like, I don't have the motivation anymore to, you know, record myself yapping while playing a game, edit the video, make a thumbnail, and then upload that shit onto YouTube, and literally just, you know, just do that, like, almost every once in a while. And I think, like, I used to do, like, 2 videos per week kind of thing, I think. I used to do 2 videos per week, if I remember correctly, and when I was getting really busy with, like, work at the time and high school at the time, it kind of took up my time of doing YouTube video stuff, so that was kind of one of the reasons why. I guess that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing YouTube gaming commentary and whatnot. So then I took a break from doing it, and plus I didn't have an actual proper gaming computer at the time either. And as years went on, I used the Shadow PC for, like, the longest time. But I didn't even get to, like, you know, use that for, like, gaming sessions or whatever, to, like, record myself and whatnot. And I would have came back to doing, and re-upload, or upload more stuff on my content there on that channel, but when I look back at it now, I feel like that channel had its time and place for it. And you know, like, it was just there for that time, for its own time. And literally, I don't regret, you know, making content on that said channel for a while. But after a while, as time went on, like I said, it just kind of, like, that time frame of me recording stuff and whatnot, I wasn't in a good environment, at least when it came to recording wise. Not saying, like, anything negative happened there. I mean, obviously we all have our ups and downs when it comes to living with family members. I'll say that. When it came to family members, it just was kind of like, you know, right, you know, and literally, like, it wasn't the right time, it wasn't the right, you know, environment for me to be in. And plus, like, you know, I enjoyed making content on that channel. I'll say that I enjoyed making the content that I did at that time. But as I stopped doing it and thought about what I wanted to do completely, I wanted to, you know, change what I wanted to do, change my habits, change, like, certain things and what I wanted to do, even for a content creator. I still wanted to be a content creator, but I just didn't know what I wanted to do as said content creator. So then I, you know, stopped uploading videos on that channel completely. And, you know, the rest is history from there. First vid we did together, can you guess? Let's see. Facade was the first. You said, was how you introduce yourself. I was about to speak. Then you said, oh, he's awkward, and then we both started laughing. Well, when I pressed that record button and I did my intro, dude, you legit went like You legit, like, just didn't know how to, like, you were literally hesitating on saying anything, dude. You were barely, you didn't know what to say at all. So I had to literally, like, say, talk, bruh. And then you went up to the mic awkwardly and just said, hi. And then that's when I said, he's awkward. I want to be a VTuber and be chill like you. My RL friend said I don't have what it takes, or that I'm not funny enough for it. I think it's more of just you have to build up your own persona kind of thing, if that's the best way to describe it. If you do want to be a VTuber, like, anybody can be a VTuber. I'll throw that out there. And I'm not no popular VTuber. I don't have, like, a big audience. I don't even really have much of an audience other than just, like, a few people that watch me. But, you know, those who stuck around, those are my audiences, obviously. And those who watch me, you know, almost every single day of the week, you guys are my audience, right? So literally, it's just who you attract to the most. And who, you know, and whatever your persona is for your said, like, VTuber model and everything, and what your content is about and whatnot. You know, I want to get the courage to try VTubing and build confidence when I'm ready. And see, that's the thing. It took me, and I'll be honest, like, after I stopped doing YouTube gaming commentary for, like, the longest time, like, for years, since I abandoned my YouTube gaming channel for, like, a while, I wanted to pursue, obviously, in game development, which I did. Obviously, like, you can see that I have a portfolio on my back right now, that I have 2 games out, and people can literally check them out and, you know, play them for themselves if they really wanted to, you know? And once I, you know, did the portfolio, in between of me making Nightly Trash and Anomalous Deception, that's when I went back and did some form of content. But not on YouTube. Right? Because I legit was, because I wanted to, like, you know, I wanted to get into streaming, and I've wanted to for, like, the longest time. But I technically didn't have the right equipment. I didn't have, like, a good, like, beefy computer at the time. Obviously, I built my computer afterwards. Like, I built my computer. My computer was built, obviously, even before I made Nightly Trash, obviously, but I didn't have, like, a beefy, like, components, like the graphics card and whatnot at the time. But I still wanted to do it, right? So I bought, like, a fresh new streamer mic that was, like, what, $40, $50, $60 or something like that. And I still have this to this day, obviously, but I'm planning on removing it. I'm planning on replacing this, because I'm not sure how good the quality is right now, but at least from, like, what I'm hearing from watching, like, VODs and whatnot, I feel like I need to replace it now, since it's, like, it's showing its age. Because I've had this Shure mic for years now, and it's starting to show its age, honestly. But yeah, I basically bought, like, a webcam. I bought, like, a fucking, you know, streamer mic, and whatnot. And literally, like, it took, I think I started off with just me not being a VTuber or anything, but more of just, like, a normal content streamer. Oh wait, hang on. Hold up. Alright, I'm back. What did I miss? Apologies for the inconvenience. My girl just got home, and you know, Gotta do all that shit, you know? Gotta do all that shit. Yeah, she kept fucking turning off my second monitor, and I had to turn it back on twice. That's the only reason why that you heard it. She kept turning off my second monitor. Which is, you know, annoying as shit. But yeah. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, I was, talking about the whole thing. I was basically saying, since, I end you video, you bitch. Oh, you bitch, what the fuck you want about? Hold up. Oh, I've already seen that one. I've already seen that. But the other one is a link, and it would probably make me try to log in or some shit. Probably. Yeah, it's wanting me to log in. Actually, wait, hold up. Bruh. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. And the fact that it's Teen Titans Go, too, doing that reference. Hot diggity damn! But yeah, when I did started doing streaming content, it wasn't as often as I, you know, wanted to do. But, you know, I was slowly getting there. Obviously, I was slowly getting there, doing, you know, streaming content and whatnot. But when I started doing it, I wasn't a VTuber, right? I wasn't, you know, I was more of just like a faceless content streamer, you know? I was more of that, really, for a while. And then up until... I started, after a while, I started doing PNG tubing, like here and there. But I still haven't really done it that often, even then, really. But, you know, I still tried. I still tried, regardless. You know. The usual shit. And then, you know, after I settled around playing VR chat, and that's when I met my girlfriend, which is the one that I'm currently living with now. I met her, and then as time went on, you know, we started talking more, hanging around more, and then, you know, we basically, we pretty much, you know, got together, and you know, we stuck around doing the whole online dating for like 2 years or so. And then, like, right at the end of, like, closely at the end of 2024, I decided, you know, me living with my parents and whatnot just wasn't, you know, me living with my parents at that current state that I was living in, I knew it was, like, a bad environment for me. And if I wanted to pursue what I wanted to do, like, you know, it was like game development or streaming or whatever, I had to move out. because I didn't want to just, you know, and I'll say they were leeching off of me. Not really per se, but they were technically leeching on me. Because every time whenever I had a job, they would always want my, like, half of my fucking paycheck every single day. Whenever I got paid, mind you. Every single time I got fucking paid, they wanted to take half my money all the time. Now, if that's some bullshit... Now, if that's not some bullshit, then I don't know what is. Because... I get it, you know, hey, I gotta, you know, help them pay bills regardless, but when it comes to me giving them half of my paycheck every single time I got paid, that's really bullshit, you know? And and honestly, like, you know, I shouldn't really complain about it, obviously, but at the same time, I'm just like, why did I have to give them every single paycheck, or half of every single paycheck of mine, all the time, you know? I just never understood that. Like, well, obviously I understood it, but at the same time, it's like, it's just so unnecessary. Like, there was no reason to it whatsoever. They just really just wanted my money and just, you know, live off of that, while they're still, obviously, keep in mind, like, my dad was the breadwinner in the entire house. Like, he was paying the bills, everything. Sure, my mother had a job here and there, but she didn't really keep the jobs. Which, you know, technically was a bad habit for her, almost influencing me in some way. But, you know, obviously, at the time, when I lost my job, when I lived with them the last time I was there, I was like, alright, you know what? This is a breaking point. This is a wake-up call. If I don't buy a plane ticket to, you know, fly to where my girlfriend lives at, I'm not gonna, you know, succeed in anything if I just stay here like this. And you know what? Something, you know, spiritually was telling me that I should do it. Like, instantly. Like, without hesitation. And I did it. Because I felt like, you know, obviously I felt like God was like slowly but surely trying to, you know, at least like get me to the point where I'm at right now. And I felt like Satan was like just trying so hard just to keep me where I was at the time for a while. But then failed miserably once the whole, oh, you got fired, fuck you, kind of thing. And then, you know, it was like, perfect opportunity, do it now. I was like, okay. But yeah, like, and then, like, once after, like, I got settled in, I started, you know, applying places for, you know, a job and whatnot, and I started getting settled in. That is when I got more into streaming more often, and obviously like finishing up my game at the same time while I was at it, and also, you know, slowly but surely built the foundation of what I have right now. And obviously, you know, I have my ups and downs when it comes to streaming and whatnot. But it's all for, like, you know, intents and purposes, you know? And obviously, because, you know, like, I have my moments. I also obviously have, like, some times that I just don't want to stream at all, because I feel like it's just no point. Because I feel like, because usually whenever I have those moments where I don't want to stream, I always think in my head, like, oh, like, nobody's watching, why should I even bother? But I also gotta think, like, the more I do it, the more I slowly, like, build an audience regardless. And if I do less of that, then I'll have less audiences watching me. So it basically, it's like, I basically had to like weigh my options, and obviously there are still times that I have decided to just not stream at the last minute because I just didn't want to stream. And you know what? There's still times that I've had that moment too. Even today. Like, I felt like I didn't want to stream, but I still did anyways because I wanted to. I wanted to stream. Because I know I want to, you know, get myself out there more and actually do more of what I enjoy doing, which is, you know, sitting here chatting. Welcome back. You missed my long-awaited story of how I met your mother. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was more of just me. Nah, it was just basically me saying how, like, how at the time when I was starting to stream as often, I realized I was, like, in a bad environment when it came to, like... So you're my last dad? No. 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 But yeah, no. I was just basically... Yeah, because, like, literally, like I said, I love my parents. I mean, like I said, I love my parents. They're my parents, you know, because obviously your parents, you know, if they took care of you well and whatnot as you grew up, and they did their best to, you know, raise a child. Obviously, I'm still gonna, you know, love them and hold dearly because they're my parents, obviously. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, there's a good side and there's a bad side on both parents, regardless. Like, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with Bone, my girlfriend's parents. Like, every single parent has a bad side of themselves. I mean, we as individuals, we all have bad sides, regardless. Like, we're not all perfect people, and I fucking hate when people treat other people when they show their bad side to certain people and be like, oh, you're always like this, da 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 da. I'm just like, no. You're literally doing the same exact fucking thing, so I don't want to fucking hear it. So I don't know why the fuck people like that feel the need to think like, oh, your bad side's your true side or whatever. And it's like, no, it's just having a bad side. Sometimes most people, almost, like, not almost, everyone, literally everyone that's walking on this planet right now legit has a fucking bad side. And sometimes we just don't realize that, right? Because, you know, we don't think about it. We just do it and we just don't think about it. And there's some people who do it on purpose. Which, you know, those people need to get their shit straight. I'm fixing the bad habits both my mom and dad had. And see, and that's what I'm trying to do as well. I mean, obviously, because, like, you know, the only bad thing about my dad really is that he kind of can be like a hypocrite at times, and I kind of got that a little bit off of him. That's the only bad side that I got from my dad, at least, from what I've noticed, is that I'll say one thing and I'll like do the other almost immediately. Because I've legit noticed that too. Because like my dad will say one thing, but then does it anyways. So it's just kind of funny how that works. But my dad has a bad drug problem that he luckily never made it known to me, and mom abusiveness growing up, hitting me in the face, hitting me in my face a lot. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like my mother. Obviously, I'm not really gonna spew much about their personal life and part of my personal life about it, but like, you know, my mother, sometimes people just have to crash out. Yeah, okay, and this is the funny part. I was literally gonna bring this up. As soon as you said that, I was literally about to bring this part up. Sure, some people, sometimes they just have to crash out, yes. But there's a certain point in time when it's so fucking unnecessary. Here's what I mean. My mother, she's a hothead. Like, she gets mad very easily. And it's worse because she's a fucking woman, alright? Right? Okay. Because, you know, women, they're more emotionally expressive a lot more than we are as men, right? They're more emotionally expressive. I'm a hothead sometimes. Well, okay. But my mother, she's an actual hothead. She'll get mad at the littlest fucking things. Even if she's like, you know, not PMSing or anything, she'll still get fucking mad at anything. And I got that from her. And that's probably like one of the negative things that I got from her is being a fucking hothead. I may not show it. I probably have shown it on stream before a few times, but if you knew me personally, and Bo knows, he knows how easily I get mad about certain things. He knows. Because I've been friends with him for like years now, since high school. And like, and literally like, when people have met me and saw me how easily angry I have been before, when they mention that shit, I'm like, if you think that's bad, you should meet my fucking mother. Like, like literally, like, my mother is way worse than me. Trust me. If you say one wrong thing, like even if it's like a tiny negative opinion about her or whatever, she'll turn around and fucking lash the fuck out of you without hesitation. Like, I love her. She's my mother. But holy fuck, woman. Get a fucking grip. Control your emotions. There's a time and place for it, sure. But it's always so much all the damn time. And I'm sorry for shit talking to my mother, obviously. Like I said, love her. She's my mother. You know, she's gotta be my mother, and I'm gonna love her because she's my mother. And how she raised me and everything. But like I said, she needs to control her emotions. Right? She needs to control her emotions and just fix the problems that she has right now as a person. And you know, she obviously right before I left, obviously she was at least, you know, was like talking to me saying like she was wanting to improve, especially when it came to being angry all the time. And that's good, like that, you know, that's progress even for a person who's in their late 40s, mid to late 40s. And you know what? That at least made me happy with the fact that she is wanting to improve from being easily angry all the time to literally, you know, be a better person. And honestly, I kind of wish that she did that when she had me as her firstborn child. But like I said, sometimes it's better late than never, I guess. I was half expecting your ass to say I can't get a 5 big booms for my homie. Oh my god. Why would I fucking say that shit? It was unnecessary, and often she'd do it. Stay away from alcohol if you aren't happy. Literally, you're not wrong on that. If you really are unhappy so miserably, alcohol will not solve the problem. It'll just make it even worse. And you know what? It is actually true. I had my fair share of experience myself with that kind of shit. And guess what? I pretty much faced that problem. I confronted it. And I stayed away from it. Because trust me, I almost followed that exact same path like how my mother did. I almost followed that exact same path. And I confronted myself from it and be like, yeah, this is bad. Let's just not do this. But, you know, like I said, we all have bad sides. We all have, like, positives and negatives of ourselves. We're not perfect. None of us are. And that's what makes us really human, because we have so many things that we can do. We can, like, literally, like, build things. We can literally, like, be creative with things. We can literally communicate with one another. We can literally share thoughts and ideas and have some good form of bond as, you know, people. We like to express ourselves for what we are, you know? And, you know, me, for example, I'm expressing myself as a, you know, a fucking, you know, a bunny dude. No clanker DNA here. What you mean? Who? What? Who? Who's a clanker?
Huh?
Who's a clanker?
Huh?
But yeah, I know. Yeah, though, like I said, that's why we basically, you know, that's what makes us special as people. And I let her know H Bunny, the type of dude to moan when he wipes. Bitch, what the fuck?
Huh?
Bro, that's pretty. But yeah, no. Like I said, we as people, we can be good people. But sometimes we just let the demons get to us and do some bad things that are very sinful. Actually, everyone does. We all fucking sometimes, and obviously, including me, obviously, we all sin almost every single day, right? We always had the moment where we listen to the demons in our fucking heads and we commit a sin. Some people are not shameful at all, and some are. And whenever I sin, I'm shameful about it. And that's one of the reasons why Jesus Christ died for our sins on the cross. On that day. On the moment that he knew that this had to be done for us. Of God's creatures. God's children, even. And literally, like, Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Amen to that. And literally, because, like, obviously, like, in my younger years, I knew what being a Christian was about. And I pretty much understood the concept of it in a way. But I never understood at that time of why, you know? Like, I knew that there was a force of good and a force of evil, like who was leading the bad things to happen and who was leading the good things to happen and whatnot, and like who created the universe and who God was and what his plans were. And I knew who Satan was, but I never knew what the whole reason behind the whole things of why Satan wanted to do this and whatnot. And I, you know, younger me didn't think much of it. I was like, okay, this is basically how life works. And I accepted that. You know? Because, like, you know, when you're younger, you don't really think much about it. You're just like, okay, and then just, you know, go about your life. But as you get older, you kind of just think more about that, especially if you're kind of like maturing more and you're trying to see the world in a different light, in a different painting in a way. Because as I grew older, I started slowly getting more into being like being more Christian, like, in a way. Not like I wasn't Christian like enough already, but way more like being more into it, you know, like actually following the path of Christ. Like walking with Jesus. As time went on, pretty much. I slowly started reading the Bible more. I started slowly, like, understanding the whole worldview of everything around me, and I can pretty much understand what's behind all the bad and what's behind all the good, and I can at least, like, sense some spiritual presence on what is around me. You get older and you lock in more. That's true. I lost my faith the first time I died and found it again the second time. God help me with that. Amen. And you know what? And the thing is, though, like, some people... And that's also the thing, like, it even says so in the Bible, like, even if you do lose your faith, Jesus will still be there to welcome you back in his arms. And literally no one is too far gone. No one's ever too far gone. Well, you know, with a few exceptions, but those are like if you sell your soul to the devil. You know, that you can't go back to, obviously. But, you know, like I said, no one will be too far off from being saved. Except for a few exceptions, obviously. But, you know, with the... Because I know there are some people who still haven't been saved, and, you know, sometimes I wish that, you know... Because, like, there's some people that I work with, right? Now, there are some people out there that I work with. Some people dislike the thought of Jesus Christ, even when because I mentioned it to them about that, and I mentioned something about, like, because, like, it was, like, nice weather outside at one point, and then it was, like, basically saying, like, I would do this, and then I basically responded saying, like, I would actually rather be out and spread the gospel than work here right now. And then she kind of, like, gave me that, like, little bit of slight disgust look and just like said, oh, and then just walked away. I'm like, and then as like a few like days went by, I kind of understand a little bit of as to why she was like that. She mentioned saying that she grew up with like a grandmother or mother or something like that, was like thinking that like I guess like her cousin or brother's sibling or whatever, saying shit like she thought they were possessed by like a devil or some shit like that. And that's kind of one reason why I can understand why she would have that thought process, because she probably lived in a family member environment that's probably felt so not really forceful, but more of just kind of like she thought it was toxic to the point where she felt like all of that shit is toxic. And that's not, and obviously, like, I wouldn't really say it's her fault for thinking that, but it's also kind of her fault for having that mindset to begin with, you know? And she's apparently now having a child with her boyfriend and whatever, and I so badly want to say I'm happy for you, God bless you and your child. But I'm waiting for the right time for me to even say that. It's some person that I work with, obviously. It's some random chick that I work with who is a waitress. I'm mainly just like, you know, a cook or whatever at the place that I work at. So, yeah. And like I said, she's apparently now pregnant. She's bearing a child with the person that she is with, and you know, when she mentioned the news, I stood there and I was literally so badly thinking, like, I want to say this. Sometimes liberals become more hopeful when they have kids. And to be honest, though, I do, and there probably will be a time that I will eventually come up to her and say to her, you know, God bless you and your child that you're bearing right now. And obviously, when the time is right, I'll eventually say that. And I know I'm going to eventually say that to her. Spiritually, I feel like I know that. But it's just, you know, when that will happen is the real question, you know? Because she knows I'm a Christian. She knows, and obviously she has nothing against me, obviously. She's not hating on me, she's not lashing out on me or anything like that, you know? She just probably doesn't like the thought of, you know, me talking about it. Which is fine, but at the same time, it's like, there is no other place that is better than heaven itself. Like, literally, like, there's no other place to be at than heaven. And some people don't understand that. And like, literally, like, people online on Twitter or on YouTube, I was, like, watching a VTuber who is a VTuber Christian. She's a Christian VTuber streamer. And I guess she got hated on because she was streaming on Roblox and was talking about the gospel, spreading the news on there because people were waving their, like, fucking LGBTQ flags or whatever. In Roblox, mind you. In fucking Roblox. Literally, like, you know, is, like, explaining to them, like, hey, it's sin to have pride with these things and, you know, so on and so forth. And then they start lashing out on her and saying, like, fuck you, bitch, you're gonna go to hell, too, or whatever. And then, you know, I watched some of those clips, and then when she was, like, explaining about that, I only got to know her a little bit. I never really, you know, sat down to, like, you know, talk with her personally. Maybe in the future I will, if you know, chances are that happens, but we'll see. And basically, like, you know, I was basically, like, saying something, I can't remember what I said exactly. But I basically was saying something, and then someone replied to my comment on their YouTube short or whatever, and they basically said this, and I quote, "I would rather go to hell for, you know, doing this than anything else." And I'm just kind of like, where, like, why, like, what's going into your mind right now for saying that shit? Why would they rather go to hell, sinful, than rather than being, you know, in heaven being sinless? Which mind boggles me. For someone to have that thought process right now. Obviously, they're letting the demons get into their head, obviously. But at the same time, it's like, why? Like, what makes them think that, you know? Kind of throws me off a little bit. Like, I don't understand it half the time. I do, obviously, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, why do you let these thoughts get into your head? Like, regardless. Which, you know, I don't really understand it. I obviously don't really get the whole, you know, thing of why people... And obviously, you know, like I said, it's Satan's work. He is doing everything he can to make sure that he gets every single soul possible down with him. Because he did not succeed in what he wanted to do, to rule in heaven. And so he needed to lash out to God by taking humanity down with him. In an eternity of fire. And it's... Honestly, I don't understand... obviously I do understand, but at the same time, it's like I don't fully understand it because, you know, we won't know everything. And I mean, we won't know everything until after we're gone from this planet. Physical wise. Because I'm not sure, because like, if you understand the concept, because like, people have said that once you die, you pretty much understand you pretty much understand everything of what's good truly and what's truly evil, and why God created the universe, and why God created you, me, everybody, physical and spiritual wise. I may not know it myself right now, but I know I'm gonna, you know, understand it and learn about it immediately after I pass away. Because I know my body is temporarily, but my soul is eternal. My soul is eternal because it forever will forever be around. But my body is temporarily. Just like how everything is temporarily. And, you know, it's kind of sad to, you know, say that, especially when you have good moments that you grew up with, especially with your childhood friends that you've had, and you wish that would last forever, but that's not always the case. Which sucks, honestly. Yeah, you think I can get my legs back and happen? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the thing is, though, Bone, I'm pretty sure you will get your legs back in the afterlife, in heaven, more likely than not. And obviously, that's just me, you know, not really saying it in a, like, you know, trying to make you be hopeful, obviously, but it's also more of like, you know, you technically get back what you've lost in the real world. Well, in the physical world, really. Right? So, like, you know, like, say, I don't know, like, well, that's the best way to describe it. In heaven, everyone gets a new body. Exactly. Exactly. So, but it's like, it's a new body, yes, but we still get everything that we've had in, you know, in the physical world, which is here. In the way God intended. Amen. Amen on that. I do believe, though, it's a new body, but our appearance is always the same. It's basically the same, you know, visual representation of us, just like how it is in the real world. We get a new world, true, and that's basically what heaven is. Heaven is basically what our world should have been like from the very beginning. Same memories, yep. We get the same memories, but also we experience eternal life. No changes whatsoever. Nothing bad, no evil. Just peace and harmony and full of goodness. And really, like, it's kind of sad that we could have had a life like that right now. It's like New Game Plus. And honestly, though, yeah, like, think of it like a video game. Your life is, you know, you as the player. And in this video game is basically a choice matter thing. And think of it like multiple endings, but only one of the endings is true and the other one's bad. But also, the choice that you make will be the only choice you'll ever make, and you can't reset. Like, at all. You play once and that's it. Right? So that's pretty much like one way to think about that in video game technical terms. Which is, you know, it's kind of funny to think about that. Boom. Boom. Oi. I do believe it will be a thing. I do believe that sex will still be a thing. But not as, like, you know... Or if there is no sin, do we need sex? I don't think sex is more of a need, because you don't have that temptation like you would have, like, in like, here, of us living right now. I do think it's more of, like... Because, like, okay, think of it like this. You know, if you are married and you have a loved one, a girlfriend, and whatnot, they're basically forever yours, right? And I know, like, I think it said somewhere in heaven that when you're in heaven, there's no need for having any marriage concept or anything like that. But you still have your, like, your pretty much your wife and whatnot, and you basically can do whatever you want in heaven with, you know, the one that you love truly and dearly. Especially if they're in the afterlife with you. When I get up to the pearly gates, St. Peter gonna be like, shit, dude. Took a lot of L's in your life. Honestly, though, I don't know what, I don't know, I don't know what to expect once I am there, and I do, like, go at the pearly gates. I don't know what to expect. Obviously, they're probably gonna, like, list down the things that I did good and list I did bad, regardless of that, I think. But I feel like, you know, they'll still see how much faith I had in Jesus and God. Because like, you know, they know that I've sinned, and they know I've repented many times before in my life. And, you know, like, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like that for anybody else, really. I assume you only have sex with your wife, and if you're single, you can date in heaven and have sex with your new partner only. I would probably say yes, but I can't per se, you know, confirm that, because, you know, I haven't been to the afterlife at all, at least as of yet, because, you know, I don't know how that would work, especially, but I do know it can be a thing. But that probably is, like, the closest thing I could probably explain to it, of what you said there. When you go to heaven, they show your stats in history. I mean, that pretty much would sum it up anyways, of, like, of all the good and all the bad and everything in history that you've done, but they'll still go by your heart regardless. As a newborn Christian, it did take me a while to get used to the idea off the Hellverse, but the more I watched of it, the better it got. I first didn't get it. All I saw them glorify hell at first. A hell of a boss / Hazbin Hotel. Yeah, I gotta say though, when Hitler arrived in hell, I bet Satan was kind of impressed with the KD ratio. Oh my god. Honestly, like, I can't really say for certain, like, who's definitely in hell and who's definitely in heaven. We will only know once we're there in heaven. We will only know for certain of who's there in heaven with us, and those who are not. I wonder if in heaven boys will be cut or not. Some people say it's good to be cut, but some people believe it's male mutilation. Well, see, circumcision dates back all the way in, like, ancient, like, Israel, really. Like, literally, like, it dates all the way back in, like, ancient times with the Jews and whatnot, so... I don't know if the tradition like that will still be a thing, even in the afterlife. So I wouldn't really say much about that, because I never really thought about that myself at all. I like to think Trump will be in heaven as a final fuck you till lives. Oh man, I mean, literally, he almost did, though, during that whole assassination attempt that one time. He almost did. But and, like, here's the thing. God saved Trump for a reason. And, you know, this is the result of this. He's doing good things. Not only for us, but for everyone else on this planet. And at least, like, with that, there is a good reason why that God saved Trump. Love him or hate him, agree or disagree with certain things that he has, but you do gotta admit that he is on this earth for a reason, just like you and I. And just like you and I, we all gotta play our part on this earth. Regardless of what, we have our own personal views and whatnot. And regardless of what, you know, what has happened in our life, we still should spread good, peace, and the gospel, regardless of that. And I still, and obviously, I still want to, you know, spread the gospel, regardless. And I'm doing that right now, obviously, with, you know, on Twitter, on, you know, on the streams that I do. But I, you know, I still also want to do it, like, in person, like, in real life kind of thing. It just depends on how I execute it as well. I gotta say, almost anything is possible. The hip-hop rap group, Suicide Boys, are both very much anti-Christian at the beginning of their career and glorifying drugs as they saw themselves unstable, even saying F God and all this other stuff. They're both borderline Christian now than anything. Never give up. It's so sad that we lost Charlie Kirk. Yeah, it honestly, when I've heard the news about his assassination, I'm not gonna lie, I broke into tears, and I think I even almost cried at one point when I talked about it, when it was still fresh and new into, like, my mind about it when it happened. And you know, obviously, like, and obviously, like, you know, like, when it happened, I felt, you know, like, depressed. I felt like the shit like that happened saddens me, especially to a person that has a family, has kids, a wife, and, you know, all because of one person felt like they needed to kill someone because they are against of their own beliefs and, you know, point of view on certain things. And the fact that I don't know what's gonna happen to that killer or the assassinator, whatever his name was, I don't remember. People want him executed immediately. And people are kind of mad at the government for taking too much of their time just to decide whether or not to, you know, to execute or you know, sentence him to death or whatever. The death penalty kind of thing, you know? I don't know. I honestly, if it was my decision, he should be locked up. Like, in prison. No, like, you know, release or anything like that. He's just there for the rest of his life, with nothing to to have, like no like windows or anything like that. Just in his own little small corner space, and that's it. And that's basically his life from now on. That's how else I see it. What are you guys even on about? Hold up. Dude, I hope you don't end up like Kirk. Honestly, if I am gonna spread the gospel, and if I do end up getting shot, that just goes to show how the enemy really hates my values that much. And I know that I know Satan does, regardless of my point of view, but he just wants to see me fail. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. He wants to see me fail. And, obviously still wants to, not succeed of what I'm trying to do right now with my life. But, he's failing miserably in realistic standpoints. I for real almost saw him at the OU campus before he passed, but I didn't have a car. Social media showed that the devil was very low amongst us. Robertson, if I remember, there was just one specific meme that pissed me off of the most, where I had a picture of the spaghetti sauce all over her head and said, "What the fuck, bro? Like, the fuck's jokes about that?" Same as Luigi, hopes he's guilty. Remember when everybody was glorifying Luigi and was trying to say that he was innocent, and literally all just because he's seen he's cute. Most does not execute his actions. I don't know if for a life of me why people say people are innocent just because they're attractive. It's stupid. Literally, they're judging them more. If they are that good looking, they're judging them by the looks more than what their actions are. And honestly, stupid, retarded, and they should get their reality checked. That's like, okay, and then literally the same thing with people who have sexual fantasies with fucking Jeffrey Dahmer and whatnot. Like, who the fuck does that shit? It's so fucking stupid, honestly. Like, I don't really see myself doing that kind of shit at all. Like, fantasizing like a fucking murderer or whatever. Like, I don't ever see myself doing that shit at all. But the moment when someone does, I have to look at them and be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? First of all. And second of all, why? What makes them think that's a good idea to do? No matter what. I just don't understand it, you know? I just don't fucking understand it. Honestly though, people regardless though are something else. And you know what though? Whenever, because like, here's an interesting story that I can mention about when I was watching a video of this person talking about how he died in like a plane crash or whatever, but he survived obviously, but he was dead for like a brief moment in time. And he was like explaining his testimony. He was in heaven and he was in the book of life, it didn't show the date. He basically said it didn't show the date of his birthday, but it showed the date of his conceptual, like his conception day, or conceiving day. I can't even say it properly. Basically, the date that he was conceived by his mother and father when they conceived him on that day. So basically, on his conceiving day, that he found out, that's basically the date that when you're being conceived. That's actually the true day of when you're actually born. So even if I didn't knew about that, regardless, abortions are bad no matter what, because you are killing an actual live being that is, you know, that was truly born, like in the womb. And that's one thing that Satan doesn't want to, you know, let you know about that. And I think it's beautiful people get another chance from being dead again and seeing the light. Yeah, and to be honest though, I'll be honest though too. Like, whenever I can probably remember like the earliest moments, and for some reason, I mean, Chu tries to get it right. I mean, hey, we're all not perfect. But you know, okay. I'm not sure if any of you guys remember your earliest ever memories, but for some reason, call me crazy, but I've had the earliest memory that, you know, everything was darkness, right? Everything was completely black. That was the only thing I can remember. And then for some reason, I felt consciously aware. I felt consciously aware, and I was like, I knew, like, I was aware that I'm an individual that had my own thoughts and mind and everything. And I was thinking in my head, like, what is this? Where am I? That, like, literally, that was like my first thoughts, like, processing it in my head. Because I was literally like, I was literally thinking, like, in my head, like, for the first time, when I was consciously aware, in the void of nothingness, I was like, what is this? Where am I? And then, all of a sudden, I got, like, a visual representation of what the world is like currently, before I was thrown into that world. And I felt like the sense of presence of something very powerful and also very welcoming, pretty much comforting me. Like, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, I'm not sure how to, like, really explain it, but, like, you know, it felt like very comforting and welcoming, but also like a very powerful being interacting with me in a sense. And keep in mind, this was before I had, like, other memories too. Like, you know, when I was like a young toddler, for example, like, I've had this memory way before I even had memories when I was a fucking toddler, so I do believe that was God literally telling me and showing me, saying, basically explaining to me, like basically saying, like, at last you're born, here you will be in this world that you'll be living in for, you know, God knows how long I'm gonna be living in this world. And basically was, like, showing me and pretty much giving me a warm welcome of my existence. Which is crazy to think about, honestly, but I'm also kind of like, I think about it more and more in my life as time goes on. Earliest memory was from when I was 6. I was at the little Axe daycare, and we had Nintendo 64 with Bug's Life on it. I also one day shoved rocks into my ears for some reason and was sent to the nurse office. And I apparently got in trouble one day and had to sleep on a mat in an extra room at the daycare. That was like your earliest memory? Damn. So like you didn't had any memory at all before that. Weird how memories work. See, that's weird because I had not ever had any memory before. Like I had memories before my toddler years. I had memory. I had like the memory from the very beginning when I was consciously aware, and that probably could have been that exact same day when I was conceived. And I felt like God wanted me to be fully aware right then and there, just for me for him to let me know that he is here for me, regardless of what I'm going to go through in my life. Conceived, like not born, because like literally like this was like way before, and I do believe spiritually, I feel like that moment was before I was fully formed in the womb. Literally, I'm shit you not. That's literally what I mean, and I do feel like that's actually the case. Because even, literally, like I mentioned before, earlier, that this dude, in his testimony, he literally went to heaven after he died briefly, and when he went to heaven, he saw himself in the Book of Life, but in the Book of Life did not show his birthday, but his conceived day, like basically when he was conceived. The date that he was conceived, and I believe, since I looked at that video and I saw it, I believed that that moment, that earliest memory that I just mentioned just now, I believe that was the conceptual day when I was just now forming in my mother's womb at that time and moment.
The fuck?
What do you mean the fuck?
Forming in your mother's womb? What the fuck are you talking about?
We're talking about gaining consciousness.
I'm aware that you have Oreos and I got my own.
But I have Oreos. You could have had some of that.
I wanted my own.
What's wrong with these Oreos?
Nothing. I just wanted my own.
What's wrong with those?
Nothing. I don't want any more.
No.
I have glue all over my hands.
Why you have glue all over your hands?
Because I made business cards.
Oh, you did those already?
Mm-hmm.
You did all of Dujo, Ricky? Yeah, no, like, literally, I do believe, though, your girlfriend's so confused. Yeah, because she, like, walked in at the, like, random time for me to talk about this. This conversation got deep. Yeah, it did.
Were you talking about, like, gaining consciousness? Or something?
Yeah.
You don't gain consciousness until you're, like, 3.
Well, I mean by, like, even before... Really? She's pushing these buttons now.
Lizard.
A few.
Yeah, it's repeating.
Huh? 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 Huh?
What is that one?
Which what?
That one.
A few moments later.
A few moments later.
Why'd you have to mute it? Why is it tracking your face?
I don't know.
Lizard, lizard.
Okay, guys, this is when you finish.
She got it for it. Let her play with it. Oh my god. The things I have to deal with. You're just gonna keep pressing those? Really? You're having fun, aren't you?
Well, you didn't get me one when I asked for one, so I'm gonna use the one that I got you. I didn't even want that one. I wanted the mini.
How much even is the mini?
Show me you willing!
Oh my god, dude.
$50.
That's how much the smaller one is. Tell her about your therapy on people having sex in heaven or not. What the fuck?
Therapy? You mean your theory?
I don't even. It's not even a therapy thing, nor even a theory.
People have sex, probably.
That's what I was saying.
I mean, God quite literally in the Bible, in the very first page goes, multiply, meaning go have sex and have kids.
Well, there you go.
I literally just read, like, the very opening of the Bible. He literally says, go forth and multiply.
True.
Go forth and have sex. If he tells people, go forth and have sex, then why would they not be having sex? You know, obviously between two, like, you know, biblically, man, women, and all that.
Right.
The love of your life, like your soulmate, sure, yeah.
That's what I was basically saying.
But, like, they're not having, like, orgies and shit.
I would assume
I'm
not.
not doing all that.
I would assume not, anyways. Checks out. I mean, that's pretty much what I was pretty much explaining earlier.
Yeah. God quite literally tells people to go forth and multiply. Go forth and fuck.
Lamau.
But in a holy way.
Exactly. Really?
I'm shower. My phone's almost dead though.
You're just gonna charge your phone then while you do that?
Yeah, no. I need my phone in the shower. I need some form of entertainment. You know how long a female shower takes?
A lot longer than a man does.
Way longer.
Holy sex.
It's an everything shower kind of day.
To read you of your sinful thoughts, Heaven host a 1 year or motherfucker, what the fuck?
No.
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 Definitely not.
No.
Huh? Huh?
Like the fuck, bro?
No.
Hear me out. No, more like a big fat.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Shit. Now it says that you're playing Sky.
I've been off of Sky.
It says you're playing it now. It just popped up.
First of all, I've been off of Sky, and my computer's turned the fuck off. How the hell am I on Sky? What if God learns of modern time stuff and he's more chill about it? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, I literally like.
That would be funny if they completely read any. Funny. What? It'd be funny if they completely read my. Heaven and when you try to look what happens.
Huh? I don't get it, bro.
I think you need to check your spelling before sending it. Check your phrasing a little bit.
Damn,
There ain't no rush. He ain't got a lot of people watching. It's just you two chatting.
I mean, like, there's like 2 people in total chatting, but you know.
That's what I just said. It's you two chatting. There's only 2 people in chat. Check your spelling a little bit.
I spelled that right, didn't I, Bite?
I'm not talking about the word libido. I'm talking about the whole sentence. It makes no sense.
Do you think technology will be in heaven?
Make it 3? Okay, 3 people. There's
Yeah,
still
there
ain't
you
no
go,
rush.
3.
Slow-mo doesn't need to be on or anything like that. Let's just say that.
I imagine everyone in heaven using Apple devices and people in hell using Android and Windows. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I mean, maybe some technology shit, but I don't know about like.
I don't know because technology is technically man-made.
That's true.
He gave us the resources to be able to get here, but he didn't like make it.
True.
He probably gave people the idea, and maybe he did make it. I don't know.
I mean, we
because
won't
it was
know.
their destiny to make this shit.
I'm sure it wouldn't for some.
I don't know.
I see God as an iPhone user.
Say fuck you, says I'm looking right.
See, I don't know. I mean, honestly, like, it's a possibility that it's like some technology would probably be in heaven.
Take a peek at the last you lost.
I could probably see some people would just rather, like, say, like, paint a portrait or something like that. The more classical style than just, like, you know, take a picture off of, like, a phone or an actual camera. What?
It's empty.
Yeah, but you said one glass.
I know.
No!
I wish that they made this, but non-alcoholic, so I'm not drinking alcohol. Like, I get it, they have the grape wine, and they have, like, you know, the non-alcoholic ones.
Yeah.
But I wish that Stella Rosa made a non-alcoholic blueberry wine. So then I'm not constantly drinking alcohol every day to get my yummy blueberry wine flavor.
He says that he spelt it right, you just didn't read it well, he says.
I'm not talking about the spelling, I'm talking about the phrasing. I don't understand it. I don't understand what you mean.
She doesn't understand the phrase. I mean, I kind of...
Are you just talking about, like, God nerfing your libido? Like, you're not horny? Is that what that meant? But then you try to jerk off anyways, and then just nothing happens?
I'm assuming that's what he means.
Because if you had 0 libido anyways, then you wouldn't feel the need to jerk off. And you wouldn't jerk off. You wouldn't touch yourself. If you have no libido, you're not gonna do that. If you have high libido, then you're gonna do it all the fucking time. If you have a normal amount, then you'll do it like a week or 2, you know?
I think your brain cells are, like, too dull right now for you to comprehend.
Probably, I just had a long day at work.
Not you, him.
Oh, well, probably still for me. I had a long day at work.
We may try just for fun. I don't even know, because, like, that's still a sin, regardless.
What are you looking at?
Dead skin.
Gross. 6.9 curiosity.
Curiosity. I gotta get my keyboard checked. Maybe you should.
You need to get your brain checked.
Get your brain cells checked out, you know? How about this, Oyon? How about you follow me, then you'll know when I stream. Get notification enabled. I don't add random people on Discord. Alright? Because that's just kind of of you. Just hit the follow. It's not that difficult to do, you know? There's a follow button there for a reason. If I want to add you on Discord, I would say something.
He also physically can't have a stream schedule that's consistent, so that's literally the best way to find him when he's live.
Exactly.
Work be poo-poo. And work be random.
Exactly,
so
and I fucking hate
no
it.
consistent schedules.
It would be different if I had a consistent schedule, but nope.
Yeah, it follows the best way. Because I didn't even know that he was streaming today, I won't even lie.
Yeah, but even though I tell her, like, you know, if I'm not working all day or if I'm just working in the morning, then that's usually when I
sometimes
stream.
when you're off, you don't go live, even on the weekdays.
Well, that's like... But I've told you, though, regardless of what days I do.
Not really. I
Yeah, I
don't
did.
remember.
Monday through Thursday.
Cool. It's a Monday through Thursday.
Damn it, it's stuck in your face now.
Alright, guys. It's come time.
No, no.
Finish. Finish. It's your time.
What the fuck?
Alright, guys. Come on, you just gotta come. Keep my mouth open. It's done, right?
Boy.
What the fuck? Time to fill him up exactly. It's not tracking anymore.
That's very fucking of you. The pop filter.
I bet she fingers his ass and makes him ew.
What the fuck? That is nasty. Ah! What the fuck? Stop it!
I hit him on the ball. No. No.
Hell to the fucking no.
No. I'll hit him in his balls, that's about it.
No, I don't want to be hitting the balls. You've done too much of it.
Every time that I blink, it just looks like the eyes are going down.
Bitch, don't be fucking about it. Woman. Why you gotta do that?
I wish that you had, like, the tongue.
And I don't even think it's on that, on the model either. So I would have to, like, modify it just to be added. Grab his dick and twist it! Don't actually.
He's grabbing his junk right now.
I'm pretty much covering it right now. Ah! Okay, stop. Fucking stop. Ah! Woman, stop it. Okay, come on. It's already time for me to end the stream, so can you let me do my outro? Like, yeah! Fuck! Woman, go back to your little corner or something. Motherfucker! Ah! Stop it! Okay, stop. Let me actually do this shit. Why you gotta fucking do this shit? Ah, fuck, stop! This outro should be the they, them energy, or what the fuck?
What even is that?
I don't even know. My lord.
Huh?
Huh?
Ah, fucking damn. Jeez. My lord. Bro, look it up, it's cringe.
They, them, energy girl, is that what they said?
Yeah. Well, oh, hold on, let me fix the fucking camera shit. There we go. Alright. What the fuck? It's like some older fat woman just trying to be cool with the young generation or some shit. Alright. Alright.
She literally lifted up her shirt and said, "Show off your binder."
Binder? What the fuck?
Because she's showing off that she's compressing her titties, even though she's so fat that her titties are fucking massive, that there ain't no way in hell you're hiding them.
My lord. Alright. Alright, guys. Well, it's pretty much a good time to end the stream for the day. I won't be streaming tomorrow, obviously, but I will come back Wednesday to do some fucking Wellness Wednesday, the day that we do where the fuck we want kind of thing. So, hopefully we'll come back and do this again on a Wednesday. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys stop by and chat with me and whatnot. And hopefully we'll do some random shit, whatever it is. I don't know what. We might play Hightail again, for all I know. I might actually do that. But yas. And bite and bone. Don't be gay. Alright? Just want to throw that out there. But alright, hope you guys have a good night. And as always, Chip Papi Monyeño.
you